Yo, I'm Jessie Janae, co-founder and CEO of Lumi, and you found yourself watching Unboxing Things, a show where we unbox your favorite brands, but all we talk about is the box, because boxes is kind of our jam. So, let's go check out what's at my doorstep today. We have Material Kitchen. Material Kitchen is an online brand making kitchen and cooking tools that are meant to last a lifetime with beautiful modern design. First, it's a pretty big box. I guess I kind of ordered a lot of stuff. But second, it's a beautiful colored box. There's a flood coat of this beautiful green color over craft. How do I know it's a flood coat of color over craft? Well, I can see the craft poking through. This is the beautiful Material Kitchen M, and it's actually reversed out, meaning I'm seeing the real color of the corrugate here. And also this little detail here, material. This is also reversed out. Very subtle details with the M, the little call out of material, the rest of the box, just beautiful green. Now, something to notice, there's a little bit of rub here that is exposing some of the craft, taking some of the ink off. This is not a problem. It does not inhibit the experience of the box whatsoever, but when you flood coat a box, it's like an ink layer sitting on top of the material. So boxes go through a lot of rough and tumble when they go through a carrier on the way to your doorstep, and they can get scratched up. Just keep that in mind. When you do darker colors, it's more likely to show a little bit of scuffing. The big, bold flood coat of a dark color is not to be underestimated though, because when you see this on your doorstep, you know something really interesting has arrived. They're putting the 4x6 thermal label right here on the top surface, and the thermal label, for the uninitiated, is called that because it's printed with thermal printing, like heat. There's no ink on this label. There's a chemical reaction that occurs between the substrate of the label and the thermal printer to expose this black. It's a great process, especially because it doesn't use additional ink. This is a mailer style box. It has a flap that actually tucks in, and so you don't need to tape it shut like a normal RSC regular slotted container box that you might be used to. You don't need big strips of plastic tape. In fact, you just need one strip of tape here to close the box. And this looks to be like a piece of gummed paper tape with actual nylon strands in it that are reinforcing it. That makes it very strong. So I will need a pair of scissors or a blade to actually open this up. And it's also printed. It's printed with a beautiful pattern. Again, has the green color echoing through. Really shows me that this piece is custom, matches the box, really cohesive from the outside. You just go like this, boom, 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 boom. You'll notice these flaps. These are dust flaps that fold into the box, prevent dust from going in the side there. And open this up, very easy to open. And there's a message. Your kitchen, your cooking, your masterpieces, your let's try this again. We want to see it all. Tag us at Material Kitchen and hashtag your material. So this is encouraging me to share. And I like how they're being really encouraging. They're like, whether you are good at cooking or not, you should still share what you're doing with our tools. That's smart, because let's face it, I'm sure a lot of people buy beautiful kitchen tools and not everyone makes a beautiful dish. And when I open it, I can see more copy, the Iconics. This is what I actually ordered. It's called the Iconics. Whether you're making 3 scrambled eggs or a 3-course meal, this collection has your cooking covered. Make space for good taste and say hello to the tools your kitchen has been waiting for. So, really fun copy here, and it gives me a description of what's included in this kit. So this box is very custom for exactly what I ordered. Material Kitchen has taken all of the pieces of their collection and made them into kits, and that way they can actually design packaging for each kit that is custom. If they allowed you to just order every single element a la carte, then they wouldn't be able to develop custom packaging that is this kitted out and detailed. So as a brand, when you're deciding how you want your packaging experience to be, you also have to decide exactly what bundles of product you actually allow people to buy. This is a thing of beauty. I'm gonna show you what's going on in here. Now this was sitting just perfectly. I'm just tipping it up, so I'll remove this to the side. Got a really beautiful presentation here. It has a kind of bento box style, and I can take each element out separately. This is a beautiful block for actually storing my Iconic collection. I'm gonna set this to the side, but you can see that it was cradled here inside this corrugate piece that holds it together and provides a really nice cushion. This air gap around the wooden box means that even if this box got jostled, punched, it's not going to affect my wood block because it was hit this air gap in this piece of corrugate. This insert is held together by a little piece of masking tape that also says material on it. Really nice touch, and is also fully recyclable because it's just corrugate. And then in here, I can take this out, and these are my knives, and then these are my utensils. Really kind of beautiful construction on both of these inserts. Whoa, and there's more. I actually forgot that there was more. So here is more utensils. All of these are really beautiful inserts and really self-contained. See how easy it is for me to take this out? In this bottom section here, I have another insert with the rest of my utensils, and then also just a hollow insert here that's holding space. That's just like a dimensional fill insert that is plain corrugate, no printing, and it just holds things in place so that everything is kind of cubed out, meaning there's no additional space for something to jostle around or break. I hope it's really clear how custom this packaging really is and how well engineered. Because if you look at this insert, you can really see how detailed it is. I can take this piece off, and then it's really easy to take the utensils out. That's something else I look for in packaging, which is it's not just about how well everything arrives and exactly how it looks in the box, but also how easy is it to remove the items. If it's really complicated or I need to pull out a pair of scissors, that's kind of a downer. And these are really beautiful, but again, the show is not about the product. Yes, they make good product, but they're also doing really cool packaging. So you can see kind of how this insert is constructed when I fold it down. This piece is colored. This is actually a separate piece. And then this is all plain corrugate, just assembled together, and it creates these 3 slots for utensils. And then this goes in over top to hold the utensil in place. This is printed with the green. It also says it smells good in here already. So there's fun copy right on the insert. And then over here it says P005. I do not think that's a secret message to you, the person opening the box. That is probably naming this SKU of packaging for inventory purposes or production purposes. I want to show you more of how this insert is constructed. And you'll see that these inserts are made out of 2 different pieces of corrugate. One makes the tray, and then one makes the item that holds the utensils and is kind of the backer board for the tray as well. So you can see that these holes get kind of beat up a little bit holding the utensil. That's no problem at all. That is their purpose. This is not an issue. This is like as the utensil moves and also gets held in place, it just kind of shows a little bit of wear and tear. But it did its job beautifully. There's no marks on the utensil. The utensil all arrived in its slot. Nothing was kind of all, helter-skelter. So this is working perfectly. This element and this element are made out of a thinner grade of corrugate than the box itself. So I'm going to check the corrugate grade on this insert. This insert is made out of E-flute. E-flute is about 30% thinner than a very commonly used grade of corrugate for boxes, which is B-flute. All of these inserts are E-flute. Again, the thinness is fine because they don't need more bulk for actually holding the components in place. But the box itself they used E-flute for the inserts, but B-flute for the box itself. B-flute is a little bit thicker, a little bit sturdier, and great for that external box that gets more wear and tear. The color matching between the inserts and the big box is perfect though, because the material is actually the same. It's still a craft corrugate, and if it's both coming from the same facility, the paper grades are matching, coming from a similar production of the paper, then everything will match. If you use a different material completely for an insert, meaning carton material as opposed to corrugate, you have to be even more careful about your color matching because every material absorbs ink differently. I'm going to take a look at this other insert where our knives are, and it's the same construction. I'm going to take this piece off, and then I can take the knife out. There is a packing slip printed onto a thermal label right here in this insert. This one was on the top, so it's normal that it would be here, and it gives me an understanding of what I ordered, so I can check the inventory. I'll set this to the side, and I want to draw attention to the fact that the knives themselves have a sheath of this carton material. Now, there's a clip that actually holds it in place, little plastic clip. I can take that off, and then I can unsheath the knife. This is a piece of carton, and it's actually on a glossy stock, and it has a dark green color. There's beautiful branding on it, and it tells me what product I ordered. This is paper-based though, so this can be recycled alongside my box and my inserts. And then there's a plastic sheath as well that I removed, and a tip protector. So there's plenty of gear in here to make sure that I don't accidentally cut myself as I'm opening the box. Very conscientious, because knives, they're sharp, they're dangerous. I just want to show this real quick. So this wood block came perfectly protected. There is a magnet on this block to hold the knives, really kind of clever. But then again, you're gonna wanna remove this knife protector, this edge protector before you start using things. Lots of like nice packaging components, not just the outer box, but little details that make sure your product arrives safely. And then, last but not least, over here, this is also corrugate, looks like an E-flute, so the thinner grade of corrugate, flood coated with the same green. And then I also have the custom tape holding this shut. So I'm going to open this. And inside here, I have my shears. It says The Good Shears, designed for the kitchen, cut out for everything else. So this is a really beautiful presentation of these shears. You can see here that this is completely custom shaped for the shear. I can take these out, and I just love how cute this is. This is just a beautiful little piece of corrugate that is shaped like scissors. The box construction after that is relatively simple, kind of mailer style box. External is flood coated with the green, internal is craft, but printed with the same beautiful green, single color, very simple. Matches the overall aesthetic of the big shipper box, so it doesn't break you out of that experience. And then this is a little corrugate insert, and then a cutout. And in fulfillment, they're using just a little bit of double-sided adhesive to put these two pieces together. So this is just a piece of corrugate sitting right on top. This is not just any corrugate though. I do need to draw attention to the fact that this is double wall. They probably wanted a little bit of thickness to match the thickness of the shears. And so they actually chose a double wall. And that double wall means that it's two pieces of corrugate basically bonded together in a corrugate sandwich. And so it's two, let's see here. We've got a B flute for one of the layers. We've got a C flute for the other layer. So this is a classic BC double wall. Literally, that's what it's called, BC double wall, and then you've got a flood coat of green. And then the thickness of the box is such that it's perfectly that thick as well, so the shears don't jump out of their little indent. One more adorable detail. There's a little rubber band on here on my tongs that actually is custom printed and custom colored. It says press down, squeeze to unlock, so kind of giving me instructions, but it's the little touches like that, like a custom printed rubber band on the tongs that really show the amazing detail that Material Kitchen is going to. I think it's time for the recap. Material Kitchen is putting a lot of effort into their packaging, but I'd like to draw attention to a few things that to me make it really stand out. First up, it's compartmentalized. So these compartments, these actual elements that go into their packaging, these inserts, are really well designed. And depending on what you buy, what components, I'm sure they can rearrange those compartments to make sure that you get exactly what you ordered. Really well thought out. It's also elevated. This brand is not kind of shipping you a spatula and calling it a day. I just want to draw attention to the fact that this is kitchen stuff. This is things that you use every day. And they're shipping it in such a way as you might receive something else that's even more expensive or something luxury. And I think it's really cool for them to bring that energy into the cookware space. And then it's also meticulous. I hope this kind of almost goes without saying, but every little detail down to the printed rubber band is meticulously thought about, assembled, and put together. It arrives clean, everything is completely unmarred, it's meticulously packaged, and that really shows. This has been Material Kitchen Unboxed.